Hey everyone, Morgan here. So I've been hearing about like a mass cybersecurity attack through the grapevine. I've been hearing it from a few different sources, and so I want to talk about the realistic, like the realities behind cyber threats, especially more specifically when it comes to the 5G network. So I've been doing a ton of research on my own to actually kind of give some validity to some of this concern, but I do want to be real with you guys that cybersecurity and cyber, not just cyber threats, but actual cyber attacks happen all the time to businesses, people, your personal computers. Cyber attacks happen all the time. So we have to be ever vigilant with our personal information. With whatever personal information you're putting out there, like your bank records, okay, your debit card numbers, your social security card or your social security number, photos of yourself, your name, pictures that you put out there. You have to be really, really specific. And I run a really fine line, putting a YouTube channel out and the pictures that I post on social media, but I really try to make sure that I'm trying to protect ourselves as best as we possibly can, constantly changing passwords, making passwords as challenging as possible, those kinds of things. Now, the thing about 5G network, and the reason that I actually have some notes here that I'm looking at, so I apologize if I'm looking down sometimes. But 5G cybersecurity needs some significant improvements to avoid the growing risks of hacking. People are always trying to hack their way into your cell phone, your Wi-Fi, your home security system. This stuff actually happens all the time, okay? But 5G creates a growing concern for a variety of reasons. First of all, there's 5G dynamic software-based systems have far more traffic routing points, which means that to be completely secure, all of these points need to be monitored. That's a lot of monitoring. So it also has more bandwidth, and more bandwidth puts more strain on security monitoring, okay? So while current networks are limited in speed and capacity, this has actually helped providers monitor security in real time. So the benefits of an expanded 5G network might actually hurt cybersecurity. So many of our devices are manufactured with already a lack of security, okay? So not all manufacturers are prioritizing cybersecurity, and not a lot of people in general are prioritizing cybersecurity. I think we think that when we put our information on a website that it's just totally secure, but hacks happen all the time and information is being compromised all the time, and the internet actually makes it really easy to do, because as much as cybersecurity is advancing, so are hackers, okay? So are the cyber threats. It's always this dance between the cybersecurity and cyber threats. So this is why it's really, really important for us to always be changing how we are staying secure. Our business, our personal information, all of our information online, our devices, people are moving more towards smart homes and all these things. So we have to really, increase our general cybersecurity. The lack of encryption early on in the connection process, so like when somebody's trying to connect to something, if there's a lack of security pretty much right away, it reveals the device's information, which makes it easy for targeted attacks, okay? So this information can help hackers know exactly like what the devices are connected to, their iOS systems, not iOS, just the OS systems, all the details, whether it's a smartphone or whatever it is, and it can help hackers plan, their attack essentially. Okay, some of the known cyber attacks include botnet attacks, which control a network of connected devices to puppeteer a massive cyber attack. And then there's distributed denial of service, which is an overloading a network or website to completely take it offline. So man-in-the-middle attacks are actually somebody who can quietly intercept and then change communication between two parties. And then there's location tracking and call interception, which is actually a pretty big one and can be done if someone knows even a small amount of broadcast paging protocols. I want you to do your own information, whether there's going to be a huge cyber attack of a bunch of people because of 5G, or whether there's just cyber attacks, based on small, a number of people, or just an individual person or individual business, right? We have to be constantly ever vigilant. Being prepared in this way is part of overall everyday modern preparedness, okay? It's protecting your personal data, it's protecting how you're engaging online, and it's protecting yourself from these cyber attacks. And if you have a business, it's even more important that you really protect yourself and your business as well as your customers' information, right? So here's what you can do, and whether you're an individual or a business, here are some ideas that you can use to protect yourself. And first of all, before I even get to the list, all this stuff needs to be constantly updated all the time. Like whenever you have a new update on your phone or something, it's because they're constantly updating those security measures. But there's, things that you can be doing as well. So you want to try to install antivirus softwares, but those antivirus softwares, they need to be updated regularly as well. Use a VPN to stop strangers from accessing your data without permission and spying on your online activity. Practice strong password security. Always be changing your password. And I know it is so annoying to be constantly changing your password, but it's pretty important, especially if you have kids, especially if you have kids who are using devices on their own. You really don't want anybody accessing any of your information, kid or not. You just want to make sure that you have the strongest passwords absolutely possible. And then you want to follow your device's back-end security protocols. Okay, so like with your router, your smart home devices, that kind of thing, you want to find out how to change those admin usernames and passwords on a regular basis as well, and make those extremely strong. Do not stay with any of the default usernames or passwords. Remember that any device connected to Bluetooth, other data radio, the internet, anything, should all have the latest updates and firmware and everything to keep your devices as secure as possible, okay? And really, when it comes right down to it, like I was saying in the very beginning, just make sure that you are being very picky about the information that you share online, okay? Technology is ever advancing, so try not to play too many of those games online that freely give away your information and connect you to your Facebook, those third-party apps that will connect to your Facebook and Twitter and things like that are fun games, but those could be compromised really easily, and they can easily get your information through those third-party apps. So be really picky about how you're sharing your information, how you're getting your information also online, and be really picky about signing up for different apps and things like that, especially if you really can't tell if it's super secure. Now, like recently I just made my website at roguepreparedness.com a secure website. Several people pointed out to me that it was not secure, and that made me uncomfortable because I actually thought it was. But then I actually went through the process of making it a secure website. It makes me feel more comfortable. It obviously is going to make you guys feel more comfortable about just browsing the website in general. So, as a business owner, you should definitely, try to do everything you can to protect yourself as well as your customers for your business as well. Regardless whether 5G is making it easier for, larger scale or personal scale attacks. We just need to always be vigilant about this ever-growing internet and, just technology and just protecting our information and our data. Be informed, do your own research about 5G and the cybersecurity threats that come along with it. Do your own information when it comes to any smart home any smart home technology, or your router, the internet, your phone, everything. Do your due diligence to make sure everything is as secure and protected as possible. Thank you all so much for watching. Conquer tomorrow by preparing today. I'll talk to you later. Bye.